inside. Go, go, go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and of course everyone else. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Apologies for the minor technical difficulties with the sound. We're now back up and running as we get qualifying underway. We're here at Kyalami for round 9 of Race Club UK's Trax Tuesdays. We've got 3 championships this evening: Pro, Silver and AM. Pro drivers on the left hand side with the white background number plates, the AM or Pro-Am, sorry, the Pro-Am or Silver category with the silver, and the AM class with the red backgrounds. We have 5 minutes of qualifying. It is one lap magic. We've just joined us for the qualifying session now, and all the drivers out here will have 5 minutes to put in the best lap time they can for this circuit. One of my favourite circuits, the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit in Midrand, South Africa, just outside of Johannesburg, is going to play host. I've got yellow flags out at the top of the circuit there. The Kyalami circuit plays host to round 9 of Trax Tuesdays. So we are now on board with Brown, who's going to take us for a qualifying lap here around this magnificent circuit. One of my favourites. Hard on the brakes at the 100 metre board. Get the car turned in early. He's missed the apex. Hopefully it won't impact him too much. We've got a good exit out. Do not let the car drift over to the yellow sausage curb on the inside and turn the car in. Keep this lock off the wheel turned in there as you brake. Short straight now onto the run towards sunset. No sunset this evening, night has already fallen. Come off the throttle, let the grip come back to you. Pin the throttle once you're confident, and now into barbecue. Tricky curb on the inside can easily dislodge the car. Feel free to use all of the AstroTurf and grass creep on the outside. Now into the S's again, careful over these raised curbs, they can unsettle the car. But Brown has kept his foot down as he runs up towards the blind braking zone off the hairpin. Takes a different line, an unorthodox line, but it works for him. He's got it turned in and his right foot's pinned for the downhill section with the beautiful scenery in the background. Flat out left-hander, and now you need to get some excellent trail braking into the third last corner. The McLaren not the best at this, and you can hear that. Now the tricky corner, this is the one that the driver's out on the money. This is Cheetah. Just clips the sausage curb and no more, and now into the final corner, brake about 60 metres out. Right over the inside curb, put the foot down, use all the grass creep on the exit, and bring yourself across the line to complete a hot lap of the Kyalami circuit. 1:41.842 is pipped immediately by Paul Alex. Look on the left hand side, you will see the lap times begin to tumble. And we'll try and catch up with a couple of drivers we expect to be doing well. This is Flores in the Ford Mustang. He's just now approaching the S's. Don't know if the Mustang is one of the best cars for this circuit, as Metzger and Bellamancia complete valid laps in this one lap magic session. Van Linter goes into pole position in the silver class, third on the circuit. We've got a couple of cars actually in very close succession. This is Rowlands. He's got Hockley in the Trax racing car just in front of him as they come through. Cheetah needs to be careful not to ruin the lap time of the car in front, of course. And they get the foot down now. The Ferrari's got an excellent exit out of that turn. Jack Kraft comes around just behind them. No change up at the front. Bird goes into P7. And across the line goes Kraft. And Kraft is only up in P8. Who's next to come across the line then? Some drivers coming across. This is Rampensberger. We've seen Rampensberger earlier on. Crossed the line, did not set a valid lap time, so that's their qualifying session over. Sammy English in the big old aircraft carrier off a Bentley, the 121 car. What can he do? Does not set a valid lap time as well. Now has Ben Gordon, so that's a big shock for the, I forgot the name of their team, GT3 Team Slap Sabir. Helmsden for Dutch Hellenic Racing in the 88 Lexus. What can the Lexus driver do? He goes up into P7. That's a good lap time. Some drivers still out there on track. And of course Sween. We've seen Sween like to leave it to the end. They've now recovered from the technical issues they had at Spa with new fixed hardware, and they are now pushing to the limit. Sween, of course, one of the biggest challengers to Dan Clegg's title. What can he do on this instance? He runs it very hard. Oh, across Cheetah into the final corner. Now he comes in the Grello Porsche, squirming under his right foot. He puts it down to the floor now and comes across the line, and he only manages a P6. Time is still on the table. The cars are still out there. I think they may or may not be on in-laps. Clements is in P15. Yorkshire Mick in chat. See what the night brings the drivers. Yes, indeed, that's them all round now. So that's the end of the qualifying session. A lot of drivers not setting a valid lap time. That will be interesting as it plays out this evening. So as we missed in the introduction I gave when my microphone was not working, tonight is part of a double header. We make up the lost time from last week. After this race, we'll go immediately to Donington. This stream will end after this race, but a new one will begin with the Donington circuit for that round off the championship. So don't go anywhere for the stay with us after the stream on the Race Club UK YouTube channel. Jarnigan still running around in the Lexus. As long as he doesn't set a second valid time, that will be completely acceptable. He needs to come into the pits. And I need to quickly regain control of my replay controls as the game has taken them off me. There we go, we're back. So the helicopter just going to follow Jarnigan round. He's holding up the session for everyone. I'm sure they'll be absolutely thrilled with that. So quick rundown of qualifying then. Let's look at the order. What have we got for this evening? So Lofstrand, Clark, Patiz, Sammy English, Chris Cook, Ben Godden, Big Scalp there, Herman Rampensberger and Hall as well. And Demi not able to set valid lap times around this tricky circuit. Archer will start 20th with Hockley alongside them. Jarnigan and Bellamancia 18th and 17th. Cedric takes 16th in the lead AM class car with Clements alongside Hutchins 14th, Kraft 13th. Metzger and Bird are 12th and 11th. Row 5 has Van Linter with Rowlands alongside them in an all Pro-Am or Silver class row 5. Helmsden is in P8 with Watson alongside them. Carl Sween and Dres Flores take up the third row. Felipe Barros is in P4. With Brown alongside them in P3. And interestingly, the top three all set a fastest sector. So time is in there for these drivers. Dan Clegg, the current championship leader, is starting in P2 with Paul Alex taking the pole position here at Kyalami. We wait for the race timer to count down. We are 1 minute and 30 seconds before Paul Alex gets us underway. I want to take this moment just to talk to you about the fantastic work that Ted Trax Racing does. Their objective is to eliminate barriers and support young drivers in getting into motorsport at grassroots level. They do some fantastic work. They are a non-for-profit organisation. Do check out the usual socials, your Facebooks, your Instagrams, etc., to find out a little bit more about the fantastic work that Ted Trax Racing does. They do enable avenues for youngsters into go-karting, which is one of the most primitive levels of motorsport, but doesn't mean to say it is not exciting. I think most of us race fans will have dabbled in a bit of go-karting at some point. But one of the other one of the ways you can get into racing is through the wonderful world of esports. Hence why we have this partnership this evening, Race Club UK and Ted Trax Racing working together. Of course, young people can take part in esports at a fraction of the price of real motorsport, but of course none of the risk. So that's Ted Trax Racing. That's the formation lap about to get underway, as we've got all the drivers lined up and the sign in the background telling us to up our game. Paul Alex is going to get us underway. Yorkshire Mick has not made the race this evening. He's in the chat. Glad to have some engagement with us this evening. Do please keep posting some comments, some potentially controversial comments. That's what we want to see, things that are borderline controversial. So this is the onboard for turn 1. This will be one of the main overtaking opportunities this evening. Braking is tricky, but there's plenty of runoff and you can run deep. So good to keep that in mind. Flores is going to show us turn 2. You can go over that curb, but don't run all the way out to the inside of turn 3. That sausage curb is a trap and it will dislodge the car. You'll see it there again, that big yellow wiener on the inside. Turn 4, keep the lock on the car as you brake and turn through the corner, and it's a very important straight now on the run down to Sunset Corner. We'll watch Sunset Corner from the view of Mark Cedric in the Pearl Honda, as Mick in the chat is making us aware he is supporting this evening. Tricky turn, not really an overtaking opportunity. You need to lift off the throttle and let the front grip, and about halfway round the front does indeed gain traction and you can put the foot down and flow it to the exit. Hockley's going to show us, Rampensberger is going to show us, there's not much time to the next corner. 90-degree left-hander, brake at the 50 board. You can overtake here, I've seen it happen. And over the curb can dislodge the car as well. Chris Cook in the Porsche showing us the S's. Again, the inside curbs here can really throw the car in the air. Round about here though, there's a lot of grip as the trap against the climb and you can really put the foot down. This corner is a very tricky one. We're going to watch it on board Sammy English. You want to approach this corner in the middle of the track, aiming for the tower in the background, the tree next to the podium, fantastic podium hairpin corner. And then when you get the foot down, keep on turning that wheel because the turn just never ever stops. Clark getting a great view of the distance in the background. Tricky long left-hander here into the harsh braking zone of the third to the last corner. They come round there now and we're going to see what it's like on board another car through Cheetah. No, we're not, because they're all ghosting each other. We'll try again. There we go, the big sausage curb on the exit, on the entrance there. That will dislodge many cars this evening. For that I have no doubt. As we await the green flag for round 9 of Ted Trax Tuesday. They've got one car in the pit, starting from the pit. We have Paul Alex on the left, Clegg on the right. Brown and Barros complete the second row as we await the green flag.
Green light, green light.
And we are green. We are racing here at Kyalami It's a great start from Dan Clegg, who's moved up a several, but a poor start from Alex, it looks like. And we've got a car, the 3 cars wide on the inside. Amazing on the brakes for the number 11. That's Paul Alex, goes from 3rd to 1st. Bit of contact a little bit further back. Clegg moves down to P3 now. And we've got a car, Lexus, over the sausage curb. Careful on the rejoin, we've got 4 cars coming together on the exit of Barbecue, and we've got a Lexus in the wall with another car joining them. Huge contact for the back. That is Ben Godden has been moved into the inside wall as Demi gets us moving now. Absolute carnage on lap 1. It's always to be expected here at Kyalami. It's such a twisty track. But the leaders at least have managed to get through just now, and it's Jack Craft in the Ted Trax racing car who has ended up in the pit lane, and then Brown tries to throw up the inside. That's a huge contact, and there's only one winner from that, and it's Dan Clegg who moves up another position. And that's one of the 2 drivers who were in his way, but Brown is now spun out. Where is he going to rejoin? He's got moving now. He's all the way down the order, and that's him out of the contention for the win of this race. Alex has pulled out a small gap to Dan Clegg as they come through Cheetah for the first time with 2 cars side by side, and Cedric thinks better of it to go side by side through Cheetah. We've got a couple of cars looking a bit dicey. That's Rampensberger, Archer in the wall after battling with Rampensberger. I did say to expect some drivers to hit that sausage curb this evening, and we already have our first victims of this evening. Car number 27 is indeed that victim. Carl Sween is held position in P5. He's still got 3 positions to catch up if he wants to make any ground up on the championship leader. But that is the end of the first lap here at Kyalami. That's the order on the left. That is an order you can trust. Rollins has an excellent start and put some distance and some cars indeed between himself and Hutchings in the McLaren for silver. Cedric leads the M class from Cook and English. A huge gap back to Patiz and Denny. Got a slow moving car there on the inside. That's Clegg. Clegg's been off. Clegg and Sween now side by side through the hairpin, the Fanatec podium hairpin. Coming down the straight now, the BMW does have the straight line speed, but has he got any damage? Is Clegg carrying damage? They go side by side. This is incredible racing from the 2 championship contenders. The Grello Porsche tries to sneak down the inside. Clegg's only got a better exit, and now they come into Cheetah and they almost make contact. Clegg tries to hang it around the outside. You can't go too wide around there. That's brave by Clegg. A little bit of door bumping. We've got somebody else off at the back. That's Bird. Bird is now recovering through Cheetah as well. So we've got a yellow car. That's Godden. Godden's off track at the back there as well. He'll need to be very careful coming round there, but they come round the final couple of corners now, and I think there's going to be a pit stop. Indeed it is for Ben Godden as his BMW is taking one hell of a smash. So Rollins has now got himself in front of Sween, and it's not a good evening for the Bet GT3 team slap Sabir. It looks like Benotto's resurgence to Ted Trax Tuesdays has not went well so far for that team. So Roland's doing well. Alex out in front in a class of his own almost, it looks like. The Aston Martin driver looking very, very good. I did watch another race a couple of weeks ago here actually at the circuit, and that was won by an Aston Martin driver as well. Maybe that car has a favourable balance of power at this circuit. Maybe it's running very well, or maybe Paul Alex and the driver who won the previous one is just running very well indeed, driving very well. Just look a little bit further back at some action. Here we've got Hall and Herman. I think Herman's just got past Hall actually as they come through Cheetah now. Just really want to watch as much action at Cheetah as I possibly can. It really is an action spot. All it takes is to be a little bit out of contention. As Brown, we've got a car at the back, as I just say, that's Tom Hockley. Spins off at Cheetah. He's definitely mounted the sausage on the inside of the corner. And has bounced him all the way across the track. His back must not be in the best of condition after bouncing across the track like that. Car 121's also had an incident. That's Sammy English, the Bentley driver, struggling to get it slowed down into the pits. Now that concerns me. He may end up with a drive-through penalty. Such was his entry speed into the corner. So let's look then. Paul Alex leads Flores, leads Barros. Sween's up into 4th, with Clegg now in 5th, with Clements 6th. Rowlands is now under pressure from Hutchins for the lead of the Pro-Am race. 7th and 8th. Hall is 9th and Herman rounds out the top 10. Barros there just makes it round Cheetah okay. Now Hall's looking like he might be looking for a pass here. Hall on the back of Hutchins. Now these drivers of course are in different classes on the championship. There is of course a championship, an overall championship, which they all obviously want to score points in. So everyone is racing each other. It is key to remember that as well. Hall thinks about it on the way into turn 1. Ferrari dives down the inside. The Ferrari is so good on the brakes. It's able to brake and corner so well at the same time. Great move down the inside from Hall on Hutchins. He's disposed of one of the Pro-Am class cars. And that's this drive-through penalty, sorry, the stop-go penalty for Andrea Demi. Andrea Demi's race goes from bad to worse as he rejoins the track. English still in the pits. That's interesting. English still struggling maybe with some excess damage that we didn't maybe know about. Jarnigan now running in P15. It really is very, very difficult to drive that Lexus. It's not a very popular car in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It is, however, an absolute monster in a straight line. It has so much straight line speed, which is why it still gets picked by some drivers who will tolerate some of its flaws for that boost in the straights. Kyalami, however, not a circuit known for its top end speed, so he'll be struggling a bit this evening. But he's currently running in P15 on track, 5th in class. Car moves out of the way there. Oh, just behind this lot here, that's Lostrand. Facing the wrong way, out of control on the exit of Cheetah. He needs to be careful now because yellow flags are shown, but still need to be cautious on the rejoin. So that one was indeed interesting as Brown now tries to make his way through the field. He's in a good old battle here between some drivers around him. He's now suffering from damage, isn't he? He's got a very heavily damaged car. The incident at the start of the race and that little bump through Cheetah. As Demi comes in the pit, he's done. He's done. He's pulled over, that's him out. He's back in the pits. And that has, at least for the moment, Brown will not be continuing further. Another stop-go penalty for Sammy English. Now we've seen him come into the pits. We thought he approached very quickly. And so does, he breaks the timing barrier and ends up with himself another trip through the pit lane. close battling going on here. Rampensburger's all over the back of Metzger. And that's brought Van Linter and Hermsen into the mix as well. Another Lexus at the back of that there. These four now driving in very, very close succession. Is car number 68, that's Demi, is about to get lapped. Flores is absolutely flying there in P2, the fastest lap of the race being set. Let's look at this battle here. They've got a couple of cars, that's Metzger, Rampensburger, both flying through Cheetah there. Both made it through relatively well. The Lexus at the back, a little bit more wild, made it through anyway. That's a big chunk of curb from the Mustang. The Mustang can take it, one of the cars, but you can attack the curbs still. That curb around Cheetah is not really one you want to be playing with. It does not play well with others. So this is an interesting situation here. We've got Clegg now recovered on the back of Carl Sween. 12 minutes gone in the race. I don't think Clegg expected to be down in P5, but such is the pace up at the front. This is the onboard from Clegg. Sween's had this problem all season. The Porsche tyres do struggle a little bit. Sween feels the need to go a little bit defensive. Now that's going to open up the apex for Clegg. He's got a good exit. This, as we've seen, is not an overtaking opportunity, but it's a mistake from Sween. He's on the grass. Clegg thinks about it. Sween's got the inside line. Again, Clegg is going to get a great exit out of that corner. It looks like that move's done. The raw power of that BMW takes him past the Grello Porsche. This one is not over. Does Sween think about it? Making a counter attack into turn one. He thinks about it but doesn't attempt to execute it, and that is a position. Looking very tasty here as these guys now catch Cedric in the Pearl Honda. So Cedric, Hutchins, Rampensburger, Metzger, Van Linter, Hermsen and Lofstrand all separated by about a second or less each. And this battle is definitely going to get a little bit tasty. If you're one of the guys who are watching the stream this evening, or indeed one of the drivers who will inevitably be watching this and the next race we have back later on this evening, if you're watching it back on demand on the Race Club UK YouTube channel, do not forget to follow us, subscribe and leave a like, maybe a couple of comments. I know the league coordinator will be absolutely thrilled at that, and it makes my life a lot easier if you are engaging with me as well. Got another stop go player. It's not another stop go, it's a one lap remaining stop go. So that's Sammy English ignoring the stop go penalty just now, and a move down the outside as Hutchins is overtaken by Rampensburger around the outside of the podium, emphatic podium hairpin. I don't know if they should be going sponsoring people with the financial troubles they are in just now, but we'll leave that for courts to decide. Because Rampensburger has just ramped up the pressure and now chasing down Cedric in the Pearl Honda. They come up to Cheetah again. It's just such a corner that can cause a mistake so easily. It's such an exciting corner, and Rampensburger's hit the back of the Honda, and that's such a shame because Cedric was running very well. He's been taken out there. Now that's not going to go down well, and we'll absolutely expect to see that in the steward's room post-race. This is on board with the fifth placed runner Carl Sween. Alex leads, Flores second, Barros is in P3, Dan Clegg fourth. We're on board the fifth place driver with Clements 10 seconds behind this pack. 9 seconds, my apologies, behind this pack just now. This is again this little battle. Metzger appears to be channeling his inner Yarno Truly and developed a little bit of a train behind him as he's holding up, but he's defending hard from Hutchings, Van Linter and Hermsen. But look at this potential move down the outside is thwarted, and that's opened the door for Hermsen. Hermsen now puts his foot to the floor, and he's disposed of one of the Pro-Am class drivers. And that's given Metzger a little bit of respite. He's a little bit challenging with the track limits. Oh, mistake! Mistake just in front there. That is Hutchings' mistake through Cheetah, and that's Hutchings now at the back of this pack. So the race is almost descended into a couple of smaller battles. And what's happened here? Hall's got himself. Clements has made a big mistake. Clements has fallen down the order. He's now behind. Is that Bird? Clements is behind Herman now. So Roland, Herman, Clements, and then Bird. This tight little pack battle we have going on. As we look back, this is the view back away from Herman, so he's looking back on the BMW of Clements. As they come round the third to last corner, we see that one of the are being utilised to it. Oh, that Porsche very nearly caught the inside curb. That's a good exit from Clements. On board with the BMW now. We've seen the BMW's raw power really work to his advantage. He shows his nose up the inside. He throws it down the inside. Doesn't get it slowed down in time, and that's going to maybe leave him vulnerable to Bird in the Peregrine Racing 103 BMW. Keeps the position just now, but again he's missed the apex. Another mistake. But he's managed to keep his overall speed up. What are we looking at here? Well, Van Linter looks like he's got a very heavily damaged BMW. Hi Mick in the chat, it was a shame for the Peril Honda. I don't think they knew too much about that. Rampensberger is such a good exit on the final corner, and that just caused him to almost push Cedric through the corner. I don't think he was expecting it, however, and Honda, as I'm sure you know, is a little bit of a diva. So we're nearing the halfway point of the race. Alex leads by about 1.5 seconds to Flores, who's driving the wheels off that Mustang. Clegg is now up into third. What's happened? Barros in the pits! Barros has had the pit. Now looks like he's had maybe a bit of an issue and maybe came in there a little bit hot, trying to fool the timer to see if he can get away with the drive-through penalty, but he's now in the pits. And we'll see what's happened. We did unfortunately miss that exact situation. We'll hopefully find out exactly what happened there. Barros, who was running very highly, that's allowed Clegg and Sween to move up a position, and Hall now breaks into the top 5. This is Bellamancia. Now he's got Clark just in front of him, flashing away, hoping to try and get him to move. Clark, of course, in the AM Class Championship, doesn't need to fight this too hard. I think Belamantia just wants him out of the way for some clean air, but of course no obligation to make that happen from the Mustang driver. And Barros, as I suspected, was trying to fool the timing beam at the start and the end of the pit lane by slamming his brakes on in the pit lane to try and nullify any advantage from speeding. He looked like he struggled to get it slowed down in time, and by doing that he's resulted in having a 30-second stop-go penalty to serve within the next 3 laps. So Barros' race goes from bad to worse. So here's an interesting battle coming up here then. We've got Herman still in front of this little trio, with Clements in 8th and Bird. Bird have we seen drive the wheels off the car at Brands Hatch a couple of weeks ago. We'll see if he can replicate that performance. Right now he's got another BMW and a Porsche in front of him, and like I said, Herman channeling his inner Jarno Trulli. That's a mistake from Hutchings. Hutchings makes a mistake into turn 1. That's allowed Lofstrand alongside. Lofstrand has to go wide and avoid the sausage curve. I don't know if that was maybe panicking because of the car next to him, but that's now opened the door. Oh, who is that at the back? That's Brown. Brown rejoined the race and trying to unlap himself. Will Lofstrand let him through, I wonder? Lofstrand's defending from him. He needs to be careful not to lose too much time as well, because of course he's a lap down. He doesn't need to really battle that car. If he is faster, he can just let him go. So it looks like Clements has now got himself ahead of Herman. As they all navigate Cheetah successfully. Barros now in the pits, it looks like, to serve his drive-through penalty. His race is pretty much over at this point. Bird again shows his nose to the Porsche, a little bit far behind, I think, as Barros is going to be rejoining the track off the lead lap now as well. He'll be pleased. This is a double header this evening as we head to Donington on the second half of this race this evening. Chris Cook running in P11 on track in the AM class. Massive lead he has from Clark, several cars between him, but of course this is a very, very tightly packed battle in the middle of all that. This is Hutchings, Lofstrand and Hockley who have been actually Hockley is just off the back of this. That's Van Linter, Hutchings and Lofstrand. Come round Sunset. Look at the very good exit from Brown. Brown's really trying to get in front. That's contact. It looked like Lofstrand and Brown making contact there. And you have to question the wisdom of Lofstrand here if he's not willing to let what is a clearly faster car through. He's going to be losing time, which he could be using to gain on the trio in front, which is for position. Again, feels the need to go a little bit defensive. Brown behind here will be getting very impatient. Look at him. Into Cheetah, what? Again, no issues. Car dust being kicked up just in front of this lot here. Barros has rejoined the race in 24th position. 11 as many seconds behind the Aston Martin of Jose Petiz. Lofstrand is still applying pressure. This battle here is really quite intense. That's a mistake from Van Linter on the exit down the straight on the way into Sunset. Now this is going to get very interesting. As Van Linter and Hutchins trying to go side by side through there. Now there is only one line. Brown now tries to throw it down the inside. He's got to give him space. He is trying to unlap himself. He is the faster car. Lofstrand's not happy about it, but I mean, I'm going to refrain from giving my opinion on the stream. Clark now just under a second as well behind Belamantia, just in front. And as you can see here, Brown is making short work of these guys. He is definitely the faster car. But they're running side by side again, battling. They need to be very careful on the way through there. Brown showing his speed. He definitely had the speed in the car today. It was a shame what happened to the McLaren driver at the start of the race. And he's navigated his way through this pack quite well. Yeah, it was unfortunate for Brown. It was tricky. It's hard to say. Oh! Now that looked retaliatory. I would expect to see that one reviewed. That looked like an anger move, to be honest. That was not nice to watch. I hope that was a miscalculation. I really do. Don't like to see that at all. He's forced the car to retire. So I do hope that was one that was just accidental. I call it as I see it. It looked like that contact into turn one there has caused Brown to now retire. So, Herman just behind Clements on the run. This little trio has been battling very hard, but very fair. We have got 12 minutes of this race remaining. Paul Alex leads Flores, who leads Clegg. Sween now dropped a little bit off the back of Clegg. Hall is in P5, Piston Breakers first and fifth. Good performance from them this evening. Rowlands again, almost flawless in P6. Clements in 7th, Herman 8th, Bird is running 9th, and we can watch those three just now with Watson now just off the back of this pack in 10th. Chris Cook's leading the AM class in P11 on track with Hermsen, Jarnigan, Van Linter, Lofstrand, Hockley, Bellamancia, Rampensberger and Clark, with Ben Godden recovered up to P20 after their antics this evening. There he is, a bit of a lonely race for Godden this evening. He's slowly closing in on car number 17. While losing ground to car 17, that's Carl Sween, so he's now been lapped. Barros 21st, we've made a couple of positions up since the penalty. Patisse 22nd, Cedric 23rd. Hutchins is shown as in the pits. What's happened to Hutchins? Metzger 25th, Demi 26th, Archer, Kraft, Brown and English. So this is on board with the P2 drag placed Dres Flores, the fastest man on this circuit this evening. Currently holds the fastest lap of the race with 10 minutes to go. Let's just watch. We've seen what a hot lap looks like. Let's see what a race pace lap looks like in the hands of Flores in the Mustang. Let's just listen to that engine. Flores just leaving a couple of centimetres between his front right tyre and the apex of Cheetah. Just playing it safe. Not the time to be launching the car in the air. So this is the battle for P7. This is Clements defending from Herman. Herman looks to be getting very racy indeed. On the run to Cheetah now. Look at the gap just being left to that apex. Nobody wants the race to come to an abrupt end with 9 minutes to go. So that looks like a very good exit from the Porsche, but the BMW, we've seen it time and time again, is just so quick in the straight line. Rampensberger on the back of Bellamancia. The Nissan again is one of these cars that's just so quick. Bellamancia misses the apex, tries to cut back under, and needs to be careful now because there's now a car there. As they run up to Cheetah. They both do a very good job actually around there. Great driving. Van Linter running well. He's currently 5th in class, but Jarnigan in the Lexus in front of him. And the Lofstrand, an angry Lofstrand just behind. Here we go again, take 2. There's Herman, he's almost alongside now as Clements feels the need to get defensive on the way into the 3rd to last corner, the Prairie corner. Now they're almost side by side through Cheetah, surely not, no they don't do it this time. Definitely thought better of it on that occasion. To come round the final turn. Bird gets a little bit out of shape. Car number 27 is shown as yellow flags. That's Archer. He's facing the wrong way. That's off the... That's a strange place to have spun. He's now returned to the pits this evening. He's done, it looks like, at least for now. At Kyalami. Just a reminder, after this stream goes off the air, stay on the Race Club UK YouTube channel, as we'll be going to Donington for another round of double helping of Ted Trax Tuesdays this evening to make up for the server instability last time out. We will be back again for another race, so don't go anywhere, stay with us for that. 6 minutes remain here at Kyalami. Alex has still held that gap to 1.5 almost methodically, not taking too much out of his tyres. This is the battle to watch just now. I think this time Clement will be glad he's got a little bit of a gap on the way into this section. All 3 of them will relax through Cheetah, but sometimes that's all it takes to dislodge you, a lapse in concentration. So this is Chris Cook. Let's show Cook some love because he's absolutely flying out there just now. He's leading the AM class. He's 11th on the track. Helmsley and Watson are no slouches. That's where he's running. That's the pace he's running at just now. Yep, that's right. That's right in chat there as we just jumped to Clark because he gets a little bit sideways. What's happened? Is he maybe just letting the leaders through? It looks like potentially. We wanted to get it done before Cheetah as Clark makes all of our hearts skip a beat. We thought something was wrong with the car, but he's just let the leaders through at a safe point. He's thinking about the race. He's got a big gap to the third place Cedric, so he knows he can afford to do that. Here we go again. Herman on the back. The Porsche on the back of the BMW on the way into Cheetah. What happens this time? He's unsighted for the apex, but he gets round just fine. Three and a half minutes remain of this race. Oh, almost runs into the back. He has to get out of the throttle. Throws it down the outside. Clements on the inside. Again, gets the better exit, but he's not able to capitalise. Clements gets again looking a little bit out of shape as the Bentley of Sammy English. As he just lets them pass gently. Good driving there from English, actually. These three still giving us something to watch. Clements, Herman and Bird. 7th, 8th and 9th on track. Now Clements and Bird are in the same class. Herman is not, but is running extremely well. This battle looks pretty tight back there as well. This is Hockley. He's got Van Linter just ahead of Lufstrand, who looks like he's right on the tail of Jarnigan now. So what's happened there? Lufstrand's either made a lot of positions or fell back. Clements, Herman and Bird might finish as it is. Potentially that might happen. We've seen some heroics last time out from Bird to take that podium. Hopefully maybe we'll see something like that again. Car 140, that's Cedric facing the wrong way. Going to be braking on the grass potentially on the way into the Pirelli hairpin. Now to come through Cheetah, he's a little bit offline there, needs to be cautious. See, now gets moving again. Final minute, we're into the last minute of the race. Lofstrand is still on the rear of that Lexus.
Leaders on final lap now.
Now as the final lap has begun by Paul Alex. Bird has managed to get past Herman. The split second we terrorise away from the screen. Bird has taken advantage of the situation with these two fighting and is now looking to chase down Clements. We've seen these two battling last time. What can we expect into the closing moments of the race? As Herman runs a little bit wide coming through there. We'll quickly jump back to that in a second. As the leaders have got past the lap cars, so nothing really to watch with that. We'll jump quickly back. Lofstrand's also on the back of the Lexus now as well. Bird and Clements coming round turn 1, no move at this point. Round turn 4 they go. They've got a car just in front of them, that is for position, but not really interfering with this battle. Just double checking, the leaders do manage to get through the lap cars without problem, and a huge jump over the sausage curb for Jose Petit as he bounces on the sausage. We've got two cars facing the wrong way. That's the 140 car, but it's Paul Alex who's done an amazing jump down turn 1, took 3 cars into turn 1 and held the position for the race. Flores finishes in second with the fastest lap of the race. Clegg is going to come across the line and take the spot off the podium. Carl Sween finishes 4th in a very respectable drive. And Hall is going to take 5th, both piston breakers cars in the top 5. Rowlands is on his own in 6th, and these two now push each other through the second to last corner. Clements goes slightly defensive into the final turn. And one more lap, you do get the sense that Bird would have had enough. He flashes his lights and congratulations. But Clements takes the position with Bird in 8th, Herman 9th, Watson 10th. Cook's going to come across the line, incredible drive from the AM class driver as he power slides round the final corner to take the win in AM class. Congratulations, Cook. Helmsen is going to lead home Jarnigan. Potentially as Lofstrand's not done enough, unfortunately, to make that move at the end. Van Linter comes home in 15th, with Hockley is going to be 16th. Brown crosses the line 25th and Kraft 26th, and that is the end of the session. Oh, what a race we've had at Kyalami. Again, one of my favourite tracks, and we can see why. A bit tricky to see at night, but let's run through the order. Hutchins and Archer didn't finish the race. Sammy English shown as 4 laps down. Metzger 27th. Kraft, Brown, Demi, Petit, Cedric make up to and Barros make up the 21st. Ben Godin 20th. Clark 19th. Bellamancia 18th. Rampensberger 17th. Hockley 16th. Van Linter 15th. Lofstrand 14th. Jarnigan in P13. Helmsen 12th position. Chris Cook wins the AM class, congratulations. 11th on track. Watson 10th. Herman 9th. Bird 8th. Clements 7th. Rowlands takes the Pro-Am win in P6 overall, with Hall 5th. Sween 4th. It's a podium for Dan Clegg, Dres Flores and Paul Alex. Congratulations to our winners this evening. This stream's going to be cut short now. Very quickly, driver of this round, driver of the day for this round, I am going to give it to Paul Alex, who made up losing positions at the start to take P1. Congratulations, and flawless from that point onwards. Now this stream's about to end abruptly, and then we're going to initiate a new stream after a short break on this channel, on the Race Club UK YouTube channel. Do not go anywhere. We will be back live in somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes for Donington Park.